overweight lovers. Shout out to all y'all. You know
it's
what I'm saying?
Wintertime, cuddle season. You know.
So, Alexis, I'm going to let you introduce our main man right here, a.k.a. LA. She going to say the real name because I don't want to mess that up. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Alexis. We Hotspot Radio, keeping you connected. We live in the building. We got the homeboy, Asif. I'm going to say it right. Asif, LA for short. We'll tell you why we call him LA in a minute. Ali. He is the owner and GM of the Illinois Carnage semi-pro football team here in Illinois. Man, thank you for joining us. You know, LA. We're going to call him LA. We're just going to keep it short. Ain't messing up nobody's names. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. No, thanks for having me.
Man, so go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are, what you got going on.
You just did that. I got a question.
I know that, but I'm saying.
Hold on, I got a question. You just did that. So, LA, how did it all come about for you being the owner of the Illinois Carnage?
Yeah, so basically how it all went about was, what happened was back in, I guess, October. I mean, like last month, literally October. I was going through a transition phase with just returning to the Falcons. With last time I was on with you guys with Coach Rob, and just kind of reevaluating, you know, where I saw the team headed and where, you know, I wanted to push the team forward. And what happened was basically, you know, I did some just initial research and after making the All-Star game, and then I found out there's a new team that's starting up in Schaumburg, the Illinois Carnage. And my man, you know, Derek Majors, he couldn't be here today, but, you know.
Shout out, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, no, basically, you know, we had a conversation. He said, you know, he's like, yeah, this is my dream. You know, I'm starting this out. You know, I want to help give back to the community, you know, because he's also from Southside, you know, but he wants to help. Now he's out in Schaumburg, or he's out in actually West Dundee, but you know, the initial concept was that we wanted to, you know, kind of build out this kind of vision to help out, you know, the youth who are, you know, underprivileged, not just in the city, but also out there. And also, you know, kind of, you know, build those dreams come true, you know what I mean? So, I mean, part of the team the league that we're with, the Hidden Gems Development League, it's designed for those types of players who are on the fringe trying to get to that next level of becoming a college or pro athlete. So,
that's what's up.
Yeah, that's basically how it all went down.
So, what's like the age range to join?
You have to at least be 18.
At least 18?
Yeah, okay. At least 18. So, you know, a lot of our guys are literally on that fringe of 18 to 19 to 20 years old, and, you know, it makes me feel old. But, I mean, like, last time I played college ball was, like, 9-10 years ago, but, like, you know, I mean, it's cool, though, you know, to see, like, so much interest and so much youth, you know, kind of, you know, I personally didn't know that much about semi-pro prior to joining the Falcons, you know, the past season. And, you know, it's kind of just been, like, such an eye-opening experience to see how many of these guys take it that seriously and love the game.
Man, love it. I've seen you guys firsthand when you were with the Chicago Falcons, and yeah, y'all wasn't playing out there. Y'all got down and got dirty.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Hey, man. So, how do the Chicago Falcons, are they accepting of you, you know, making the transition?
I would say it's a 50-50, honestly. I mean, majority of them are, you know, but I mean, I found out upon my departure that, you know, there were a few veterans who basically didn't like how I was running the team as GM. And basically, and I mean, some of the reasons were valid because if, like, you know, I'm this new guy coming on the team, commanding respect and trying to drive change in organization, some of it was in direct conflict of how Coach kind of ran the team. You know, all gloves off.
Understood.
Yeah.
So, I said that question because I wanted to set up this question.
Absolutely.
Are y'all going to play Chicago Falcons versus Illinois Carnage? Because I want to see that.
Yeah, I hit up Coach, and he basically said, you know, for the indoor season we booked, but I mean, maybe after the regular season's over, we'll try to get something on the calendar. You mean a lot of my boys out there, Twan, Rob, you know, JoJo, they're trying to get that game on the schedule.
Yeah,
so
that would be nice and competitive. You know, clean, competitive fun.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That'll be dope, man.
Absolutely.
I think that'll fill the stadium.
Absolutely, you know.
So besides being the owner of the team and the general manager, do you actually play for the team?
I'm in the transitional phase where I haven't really decided yet. You know, I'm kind of if you know, a lot of the guys are trying to convince me to play because, you know, they're like
pretty good, bro. You know, so
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna focus on coaching the receivers this year. You know, because this will be my first year kind of coaching wide receivers specifically, and then pretty much, you know, I mean, maybe I'll play some special teams. You know, if I do decide to play, and we'll see if I want to continue playing after that. But I mean, yeah.
So, how would a person go about starting a semi-pro football team?
I mean, there's different ways to go about it. Basically, you know, I think the best way to go about it would be my route, which would basically be take an administrative role within the team, or, you know, kind of, you know, play for a team, and get to know the surrounding teams in the area, get to know the owners, get to know what the kind of market is for players. I think that's kind of the key element to driving a successful team. Out here in Chicago, we got a lot of talent. Especially in the South Side and the West Side, we got a lot of talent, and they just need to be seen. So that's pretty much kind of the key I guess the factors and variables to kind of drive that successful franchise forward for semi-pro.
So is it profitable?
It can be.
Is it based off sponsorship or
yes.
Private investors or something like that?
Majority of them are nonprofit based on sponsorships and charitable donations. And for example, my man Freddie Chambers out there with the Oak Park Sharks, he's on his own league, and he's actually, we were talking about this at the RFL Championship game last month. The Marauders playing the Blue Devils. He basically said I asked him the same question you asked me. He's like, can you make money? Can you? Mm-hmm. And he's like, you can. And he's like, he's actually at that phase where he's trying to get these guys paid. How much? I don't know.
Right, something,
Okay.
But the issue with that is that some of these guys who are 18, 20 trying to get to college, you kind of interfere the amateurism by the NCAA. So it's kind of a fine line you gotta walk. So I'm gonna keep a nonprofit for the first season, and we'll see how we do. Maybe
So what's the goal for the Carnage? What's your plan for maybe the next 5 years?
The plan next 5 years is to win games, beat the hell out of every team on our schedule, and for every one of our guys to get to the next level. Because they signed with our team because we ain't no basic semi-pro team. We're in the Hidden Gems League for a reason. We believe we have a lot of talent that just needs to be seen. That's why we're called Hidden Gems, right? And I want them to all take advantage of the opportunity, come to practice, come every game, put their full 110% effort, and be a part of what we do. And
I got one more question
Yeah,
for him real quick. Now, which one do you like better? And be real, from the heart, playing or ownership and GM? Which?
It's tough. Man, it's tough. In my heyday when I used to play in the Arena League 6 years ago, back when I was playing for the Cal Eagles, it was funny because one of the guys who I met playing semi-pro this season actually signed with the last team I played in the Arena League 6 years ago. And that team whooped our ass. They beat us 79-27, so it was 52-point differential. They beat us so bad, that was the last game I ever played. And it wasn't because of that beating, it was just the fact that money was the issue, right? And so for me personally speaking, I think playing has its own, I'm not the player I used to be, but at my peak I loved it. I still love the game, and I still love owning and being a GM. I think that aspect of making someone's dreams come true are really what I love about this game.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Yeah,
I got a last question too. Do you guys, I know you guys, the hidden gem part, and you want people to get noticed.
We are back, and I gotta find me somebody for me. Because Heavy D just put it all in perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's
You ain't got
Alexis
nobody for you,
B.
DJ Rose?
Yeah, I got somebody for me. It's radio talk. That song just put everything in perspective, man. People, go find you somebody for you and stop settling for whatever you can get.
Yes, know your worth. Know your worth.
Absolutely.
And know the worth of your partner, too.
Absolutely.
So, Alexis, what you know about Heavy D?
What? First of all, I want to tell my age. But you know what? I really don't care. I don't know where they get this stamina, this thing that women can't tell their age. Look, I know a lot of people that didn't make it to my age. So I'm proud to be my age. I am proud to be 40. I grew up on Heavy D. Heavy D is like the matriarch of that hip hop / R&B, type of music, and it's this dude started the dance thing too, and it didn't matter his size. You see Heavy D on TV, you felt like you could do whatever.
Absolutely.
You ain't have no excuse.
Definitely an entertainer.
Yes, and it was on my bucket list to ever see him in concert. And soon as he prior to that, he had they did an old school tour, and I missed it. And then after that, he passed away, and I was salty, no, So it kind of hit to the core. It's kind of these people because you grow up with these people that make the music that you can they make the music you can relate to. You know, they make stuff so cool, and of course, music is like therapy.
Of course.
So when you have
Great
really
therapy.
good music, it's therapy. So to see a person lose their life, you know, regardless of what they passed away from, and they touched you in some kind of way, you know, I don't know if he knew how many people he touched, but he did. And a lot of people, you know, still to this day got like mad respect for everything. Like, he will never get old, ever.
Never.
You could turn him on in the club right now, they're gonna go crazy. I'm going crazy.
So remember, if you want to call in, the number is 312-985-7834. Again, that's 312-985-7834. So, LA, speaking of music being therapy, right? So, when y'all in the locker rooms and y'all finna come out, what's that song that you play, or you used to play when you was playing to get you just pumped and hyped up?
Roy Jones Jr. Can't Be Touched.
Oh, man, Roy
Okay.
Jones, can't go wrong with that.
Y'all be in there getting it in. They be amped.
Hell
Well, I
yeah.
guess you're supposed to be amped, right?
Yeah,
If you playing
gotta-
sports.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we used to be amped.
be out there lazy and catch one.
Out there, you know, like, when I used to play sports, I don't think we had a song in the locker room, though. But you know. it is
Hold on,
what
y'all.
it
Hold
is.
on 1 second. Don't mean to interrupt. We got a caller. How you doing? Hello. I don't know what happened to our call. I guess they hung up on us. But yo,
Thanks for calling. though.
yeah, thanks for calling. Once again, the number 312-985-7834. So, my song when I used to play ball, you know what I'm saying, was Tupac, Ambition as a Rider.
Oh.
That, get me
Hey, now that's a
charged.
classic right there.
Used to get me charged up. I'm ready for war, whatever it's going down. You know
All
what I'm
eyes
saying?
on me.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
used to be one of them back in the day ball players like Dennis Rodman and like beating up everybody on the court. Didn't you?
No. Kill him with the skill. More like Mike. You know what I'm saying? Unstoppable.
All right.
Finesse.
Maybe one
That's
day
cold
DJ
as
Lowe's
ice.
post some of that lost footage.
Oh, I got lost
I heard he
footage.
was a
I
hooper.
got 8th grade footage. I got a lot of
Oh,
footage.
snap.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
A lot of footage.
I'm nosy.
Yeah.
I want to see.
And shout out to my man LA again because he came out and supported the Behçet's disease basketball game with us. You know what I'm saying? Big love for you for that one. That was cool, dope,
Appreciate
man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. Like all the love you constantly show us here at Spot Radio.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate it. You know, we look forward to what's to come later.
Absolutely.
You know, down the line. We got some stuff going on.
So in football, LA, what's your number one position? Like a lot of people's quarterback, you know, wide receiver. What's your like position that you like? This you have to click in order for the team to, you know, work.
For me, I mean, it used to be slot back in my heyday, 6 years ago, but then it transitioned to special teams.
Special team.
Yeah. So,
So I'm lost.
go for it.
What is
Actually,
special teams?
special teams is a third of the game. Oh, if you want to.
Nah,
Yeah.
What is special teams?
Yeah.
Special teams is like, okay, when they kicking a field goal, when they punt, when
Oh.
they receiving a punt,
Okay.
they call that special teams. We got to get Alexis B
I'm
up
sorry,
on her
y'all.
football.
That's not my ministry. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's interesting to watch when there's. I believe I like sports when it's to the playoffs.
Oh, you
When the
like
pressure
that.
is on. I like the pressure. I like the pressure of like the sports, and then watch everybody else get excited and go crazy when they playing. It's just interesting to see the adrenaline.
Yeah.
But for that moment, to me, with that, for that moment, people are not worried about bad stuff going on.
Absolutely.
They're just enjoying themselves, and their mind is somewhere where they're comfortable at.
Absolutely.
So, you know, some type of therapy too. See, sports is therapy too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So LA, man, I saw you at a couple of Bears. Well, I didn't see you at the game, but I saw you went to a couple of Bears games. And what do you think about them this year?
NFC North champions.
What?
Bold with it, yeah.
The Bears?
The Bears
I
got a good
don't
team.
know.
Hey, look, to
I
be
don't
honest,
know.
in my opinion, the Bears should only have one loss.
My opinion, too.
You know, and that's it. Green Bay, they should have won. New England was probably the only one that they just lost. But all the other games, man, they should have won, in my opinion.
So, this question is for both of you guys. Like, Do you think, when we talk about politics, do you think it's rigged for who? Do you think sports is the same way?
Man.
I think so. I think some kind of way.
I think it's rigged to a certain extent. Like, I don't think you can actually rig a whole entire game. The refs can control the game.
Right.
But it's a hit or miss league, so,
I mean, I'm just saying, because
I got a lot I want to say on that, but some of it I just can't.
I mean, I think about stuff like, okay, like the Warriors keep winning the championship. And
They have a great team.
Wait, but I hear people like say, okay, next, we tired of seeing them win. Like, it's boring now.
That's because people are not from Golden State. Because when Jordan and the Bulls were winning, I was never tired of them winning. It was going
You right
down
about that?
every year.
I guess it do matter what if you from that city or that state. I guess it do matter. But then look how long it took the Cubs to come back. Look how much money they made.
Yeah, they made a lot of
Do you
money.
know how much money they made? If I could have just been one vendor with something, a keychain, I probably would have made $1 million.
Hey man, absolutely.
Like, that was big. That was pretty big in the franchise. So I just wanted to know if you think it was kind of rigged.
Call back. Don't call back. 312-985-7834. So LA, what do you see your team, you know what I'm saying, in the first year? Your first year.
In my first year? I don't want to put them on the spot like this, but they be talking, so they expecting it, so we're gonna expect it. We're gonna win the league.
Win the league.
We're gonna it's ring season. I've not met any of my players besides the ones who I knew prior to assuming ownership of the team.
Okay.
But it seems like we got a lot of talent. And I'm not understanding that or underscoring that by any stretch of imagination. Now the question is, when you have talent, what can you do with it? Because talent without effort, without preparation, coaching, it's pointless. It's meaningless.
Absolutely.
So how important is chemistry in the locker room?
Oh, absolutely. Chemistry is critical. It's crucial. Because if I were to recap last season with the Falcons, we had a lot of talented players at certain positions. We just didn't have chemistry because guys wouldn't show up to practice. And if you don't establish that chemistry with your teammates, how do you expect to win? Like one or two, or however many games you expect to win to be a competitive team. You look at the Patriots, you look at Alabama, right? All coaching. Going to the Bears-Patriots game, they just knew where to line up, where to hit their man, where to be in spacing. All three facets: offense, defense, special teams, and that's how you got a good team if you got that chemistry.
Yeah, because special teams actually is what beat the Bears. To be honest,
exactly.
That run back did. Yeah,
I was right there too.
I saw the pictures.
You see me, Los?
I was like, man, LA gonna have to give me a ticket.
Give me a
ticket.
I got you.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Hold on. Yeah, y'all heard that.
It's cold outside. Well, never mind.
This is sports stuff. I'm down. Freezing,
so
cold,
that means
snow.
that
Let's do it.
X and Y.
Let's do it.
Z can, but X and Y.
Did they just dismiss me? Y'all didn't see that.
You complaining about the cold weather. Like, there's
I'm
some
just
life,
saying.
man,
I'm just saying. Just give me some hot chocolate. I'll probably be good.
So now this is a football question. One more. LA Rams or Chicago Bears?
Oh.
Because he's from LA, y'all, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Hence the nickname.
Man. I'm actually from the Bay, but I'm a Niners fan. But LA Rams. I love that team. I seen them play twice last season, and they're just an amazing team. Yeah, I think Rams still a team to beat. They're still a team to beat,
even though they took a loss.
They took a loss. The Saints. I thought with Dez they were going to be a lot better. Dez obviously tore his Achilles. So the Saints' defense is suspect in my opinion. I think the Rams. That was the first loss they took on the road. At New Orleans at home is a completely different team than playing on the road.
Yeah, who that?
Hey, who that? But with that said, Bears lead the league in point differential, and every team that leads the league in point differential has gone on to make the Super Bowl.
I didn't know that. That's a good fact.
So
it's a good stat to have too.
We'll see.
So I know you mentioned something earlier about giving back to the community. What things are you guys putting in, like what events or stuff are you guys putting into place to give back to the community? Like, what is the goal with that?
Absolutely. I mean, and that's a great question. I mean, for us, I actually applied for community sponsorship today with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and some of the things that we have in mind are actually, going out and helping out, the less fortunate. Whether it's going out to homeless shelters and feeding, as we need to. Going out and making appearances at underprivileged children, nonprofit, speaker conventions, mentorship. For either the guys on team or guys who are, impacted some way by, whether they're in the area, whether they know or they're related to someone on team. And just overall, making sure that, we do the minimum necessary and go above and beyond to help out and give back to those who support us, because we already got one sponsorship on deck with the gym, with out in Crystal Lake. I forgot the name. I apologize, but I mean, that's step one. Now, step two is to actually, put the wheels in motion and actually give back to the community, so that way we can also entice them to come see us. Because that way we can kind of drive that family vision that I have for this team. At least in our first season. And so, anyways, hopefully that answers the question.
It does. That's good.
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to seeing what you guys, have coming up with that. It'd be quite interesting to see the impact that you guys can have in some of these communities and not be pro football. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
When you do stuff like that. How do you guys build up the following? Like, since you guys are like pretty much a new team, how do you get people to become fans?
Essentially, all of it for me personally is just who either in the semi-pro community or who friends and family members, of either teammates or people who are love the game, or just like what I use, social media. Social media marketing has been a very powerful tool for me, especially when I was a GM for the Falcons, as well as now with Carnage. The Facebook page has just blown up with this ad I posted about this interview and the preseason. We got over 4,000 to 5,000 engagements in the span of 2 weeks. We got we almost tripled our like count, within a week.
Wow.
Yeah, and I guess my name is travel. I'm getting friend requests every day now from people just randomly all across the country now. I mean, people are seeing me like, hey,
they getting famous on you.
But LA, watching your Facebook page, you be everywhere.
Everywhere.
You stay out of town.
International.
Somewhere.
Man. That's dope, man. That's good, man. Live life.
Appreciate
life.
it.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we're going to get back to the music one more time, and we still got LA for a whole nother hour, so we're going to get into it, man. We had 2 goats of the night, so shout out Heavy D. Rest in peace, brother. Yes. Now we got the GOAT.
The throwback, super old school,
with his brothers.
Undefeated GOAT. The Jackson 5 is
Jackson
just
5
untouchable.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
It is what it is. Hotspot Radio, keeping you connected. Call back. We're back. Hotspot Radio, keeping you connected. I'm your boy DJ Los.
I'm your girl Alexis B.
Asif, aka LA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Mike was getting them early.
Let's talk about this song though. That we off air, we saying that was the ultimate "I will steal your girl" song. Just like if you don't act right, I'm ready to slide in your spot. So step your game up. Man. Can you imagine some young people singing about something like that?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Man.
Thinking back to my days. I'll be I think I'm going to run that back one time for y'all.
Yeah, that was the ultimate Mr. Steal Your Girl. I'm just saying. Shout out to Trey Songz.
Trigger.
So Since we on that, have you ever left somebody for somebody?